Okay, I skipped a section on the origin, insertion, and action of muscles. What I'm doing now, because there's so much material, and especially there was so much in Chapter 6, I'm just trying to concentrate on areas that I know I've seen on the quiz questions and, of course, that may possibly be on your midterm. So, if I get a chance to discuss the origin, insertion, and action of individual muscles, I will. But for now, let's just start with individual muscles and what their job is. So this is just very general information. Muscles associated with the mouth. There is the orbicularis oris, which is the muscle around your actual mouth, and it constricts the opening of the mouth. And it would be used like sucking. That would be the action. The buccinator compresses the cheeks when blowing forcefully. So if you play the trumpet, buccinator muscle. The temporalis and the pterygoid assist the masseter. So make sure you know that the masseter is involved in chewing. And I know for sure there's a question about the buccinator and possibly the orbicularis oris. The orbicularis oris for the baby attaching to the nipple and suckling, at the mother's nipple, and the buccinator for playing a trumpet. And here they are, you can see them. The orbicularis oris is this muscle here, and you can see it in this figure. And then the buccinator muscle is here. This one is called the zygomaticus, which is what helps you smile. Actually, it's here and here. And this little one is not showing, but I know it's called the risorius. It's just not labeled. But anyway, okay, so we need the buccinator, which helps you to blow the trumpet, the orbicularis oris, which helps you to suck, the masseter, which helps you to chew. And then we have all these muscles of the neck. Some of these muscles of the zygomaticus draws corner of mouth back and up, so it helps you to smile. The depressor anguli oris depresses the corner of the mouth, so it's used in frowning. Orbicularis oris, buccinator, we already covered those. So let's move to, I know there's not any questions about the muscles of the spine. If I haven't highlighted them, you don't have to know. Okay. And you can go over this information on your own, of course, but now I just want to make sure that you know the rotator cuff is composed of 4 muscles. They're called the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and subscapularis, the rotator cuff muscles. And you have those, well, the subscapularis is here, and it's going to be deep to the pectoralis major muscles. It's like underneath them. And here's the teres major, but the rotator cuff muscle is the teres minor, which is up in here, a little higher up than the teres major. But there are 2 more, the supraspinatus and the infraspinatus, which has like 3. Okay. So as far as origin and insertion, like let's just look at this infraspinatus muscle that has 3 parts to it. We've got the origin here on the scapula, and then we've got the insertion on the humerus. The insertion is the part that's going to move, and it's the part that you're going to see connected by a tendon. Okay, so the insertion is here on the head of the humerus. So we've got 3 of the rotator cuff muscles here, the supraspinatus, the infraspinatus, and the teres minor. And then on the previous slide, we have the subscapularis. Those are the rotator cuff muscles. Now let's look at the hamstrings and the quadriceps. All right. The hamstrings are the flexors. They flex your leg at the knee. They flex the knee, basically. So the hamstrings consist of the biceps femoris, the semimembranosus, and the semitendinosus. And I showed you that on the muscle diagram. The muscles that extend at the knee, they're called extensors, and altogether they're known as the quadriceps femoris or just the quadriceps. They include the rectus femoris, and then remember the three vastus muscles, the vastus medialis, vastus intermedius, and vastus lateralis. So I will find those for you. We have the hamstrings would be the biceps femoris, the semitendinosus, and the semimembranosus, these three. And then the quadriceps would be the rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and I don't know if we can see. No, I don't see a deep view where you can see the vastus intermedius, but it's in there. Okay, it's underneath, kind of underneath the rectus femoris. All right, I do know that you need to know the gastrocnemius and the soleus together cause you to be able to do plantar flexion, which is stand on your toes. And the tibialis anterior allows for dorsiflexion, which is leaning back on your heels. And that's all I'm going to cover for this chapter.